Oh, they're fighting. Oh, they're fighting. Ooh. A right hook. All right.
Get him.
She's getting. Oh, she's.
Fucking
She hit it with that leg hook.
she went in with the feint.
Hello. I will say up front, I think I was a little trepidatious about that video, but I think your guys' commentary made it better than it could ever have been.
First of all, let's before I even start this podcast, let me explain to you the machinations of a man named Curly, right? Me and Bryce are sitting here. I go, hey, you know what? Let's just fucking go for it. Let's just start the show.
Don't need to pull this curtain
just
back.
Dry run it.
You
Curly's like, so
I gotta
Curly's
fight,
like,
kid.
yeah. He's like, yo, you want to see domestic violence? And we're like,
this
comedy podcast. I don't think that's what you go for right there. And he's like, don't worry about it. Bryce, being Bryce, is like, I don't know if that's what you want to show your fans. I don't know if you want to go for the wild hogs out there.
None of this happened.
This is a lot more lore than
this is embellishing the hell out of it.
All that to say, Curly undersold this video of a girl who tricked her boyfriend. Has been telling him she's just been hanging out with the girls when she's been going to fucking Tybo. All right, she's been going to fucking.
Here's the prestige on this. Here's the prestige in this. That was just live footage of the newest Tekken game. That's coming out.
Wow.
Yeah, we're out there now. Wow. Yeah, we've crossed over into the uncanny valley.
You know nothing about fighting games.
Is there an arena where it's just a house party with bros? Is that? I'm sure there is.
All right, welcome to the show. This is dkgWELP, the Drunk Kids Gaming Podcast. As I have already said, this week we are joined by our good friend, the one, the great, Bryce Castillo, ladies and gentlemen, on the show.
Hi. Look, I'm happy to be back. I love being on DKG.
He's a very good producer.
Before we started anything, Curly went to your website and just was like, yeah, there's a full ass video here.
There's this kind of at this point. Again, it bothers me. Kaz and I, just to pull it back, Kaz asked how to spell the word shenanigans, and it keyed in on my world because that is my one of those words that like I use it so many times. There's no reason I shouldn't be able to fucking spell it, and I never.
You're a shenanigan boy.
I can never fucking figure it out. Guarantee is another one of those, and then I got really mad about that. And then if you think about the connection from there to where we're at now, Kaz was like, oh cool, Bryce is in, he's gonna come over, and I was like, all right, shit. Every time he's been on the show more times than I've used the word shenanigan, and I never remember which fucking Twitter account he wants me to use. So I was like, let me just type his name into the internet, and I came up with your website, and it's very beautiful. It's very nice.
Oh, thank you.
And it's just a big ass video in the background of the whole.
Yes. Squarespace, the power of Squarespace. That actually brings me to like something I'm working on right now. I'm starting a newsletter about video games, and it's called Video Games with Bryce, which is the name of the video game stream that I do. But if you want to sign up for it, go to neshcom.com, neshcom.com, and click where it says Games Newsletter. It'll be once or twice a week talking about what I've been playing, what some maybe big news stories are in video games. Keep an eye out on new games that are coming up. Lots of good stuff. So everybody, please check it out, neshcom.com. Click where it says Games Newsletter to join. It's very interesting, and I'm not going to like harass. I'm not going to fill up your inbox like certain political candidates that I've donated to this week.
Hi, I'm Bernie Sanders coming from the Taco Bell. I once again will ask for your help.
I swear to God, there was a day when they sent me 7 emails in one day, and that's too many. That's too many.
But we really need your help. This is the time to make the impact, guys.
Because it was right before all the Iowa stuff happened. So it was like, we have this data. Oh, we did this data. And it was always a thing. So
Hey, listen, if you're emailing me more than fucking Postmates does because they know I'm a fat fucking drunk that wants food and wings all the goddamn time, they I think they have me calculated down in their algorithm. They're like, he's probably drinking right now. Can we give him a wing offer? All right, let's toss him a $5 off the next wing order. And I'm like, I wasn't gonna get wings today, but
they've had very specific like offers on Postmates lately, like get $4.26 off of chicken at these chicken places. If as long as you get a chicken thing, you get $4 off. Like very weird notifications that don't make me want to use it.
It's
fucking expensive.
The whole company's run by robots. I think they're just they don't have any idea how money or numbers work. They're just like, this will work. We've calculated this is the exact average.
There's a million of these services now. You've got Postmates and Grubhub and DoorDash.
Yeah.
Uber Eats even still a thing.
Yeah.
There's so many of these in so many cities that I'm sure there's just impossible competition. And then like a bunch of places like the Chinese food place that I like switched to only doing DoorDash.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't call them up and get like, hey, delivery guy, and do it the thing. You have to go through that. It's very annoying. I really don't like it. I really don't like this new ecosystem of delivering normal food expensively.
I like when it works, and sometimes it works well, and sometimes it is cheap. Like there are certain partnerships, and that's the crazy thing is there at this point there are partnerships like. As you mentioned, like there's a taco place down the street from my house that always has a fucking line. It's very chic or whatever. They do a good job on making the burritos, but I've had plenty of good burritos and tacos and whatnot. But they're known for being amazing. And they very publicly posted this big sign that's like, now exclusively only with DoorDash. Like they were like the ninja that left fucking Twitch and went to Mixer kind of thing. And I was like, really? Is that where we're at this point? It's like, because I was like, I haven't used the DoorDash app in a long time out here just because it wasn't a thing. But damn, for on my end, like
then,
Uber Eats, like, because the thing is, I use Uber a lot or Lyft, depending on who's cheaper. Really, when it comes down to me, you get my fucking money if you're cheaper. But Uber has been tying in their stuff with Uber Eats, where like the more Ubering you do, the more cheaper your Uber Eats stuff can become. You can earn like. Because like there's like
points.
There was this time I think it was during last TwitchCon where I had used Uber enough in a week period that it started giving me the next week and the next month as 10%, 20% off. It kept compounding. Wow. And it became dumb. I was at a bar with a friend of mine, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get to Steve's house for Dynamite D&D, and I was like, I should either stop drinking and go now, or I was like, oh shit, my Uber's discounted to $3 to drive downtown from now. And I'm like, I'm just going to do that. And then it keeps compounding because then you get more and more like you gamify it and you're fucking in. The problem solved. That's how you get me.
Yeah. And then like, because all the fast food places are figuring out what promotional partnership they want. Because there's nothing stopping a driver from like going and picking you up McDonald's or any of these services. But there, I'm sure, are huge bidding wars of who gets a sticker on all of the McDonald's buildings across the country.
Well, I mean, didn't it start where it was just like, excuse me, you're from where? And you're ordering food for who? Like, and like it was just people just showing up and being like, hi, I'm gonna pick up the order for Jake and whatever. But now everyone has like their like you've seen it, Kaz. I mean, I think we made the notice of it when we were in PAX South in Texas. And we went to like a Denny's, and this poor Denny's person had like their normal like board for shit, and then they had this like tripod with 6 phones on it, and each one had a different app running, and they were monitoring like which apps were coming in, and they were all different models, so it was basically like, hey, who here has a phone we can just have, please? Like, you got an old fucking Pixel? Cool, sweet.
Yeah.
Gosh,
that's like a couple days ago, like I work in a place that sells books and sometimes sells Starbucks. So DoorDash dude walks in and he's like, he just starts reading off an order or whatever, right? And so they're like, oh, all right. Like, so, they're fucking writing the shit down on the cups, like, cool. All right, what's the next one? Then he's like, and you know, such and such and such and such, or whatever. And they were like, then he kind of looks confused for a second, but he keeps going. Like, all right, you know, whatever. You know, this ain't the. He's like, you know, he has that this isn't normal face, but he just keeps reading the fucking order, and then they get to something that's like, and whatever cake, and they're like, oh, we don't have that, and he's like, oh, all right, hold on, like walks over, like calls someone, is like, hey, yeah, this is DoorDash, yeah, they don't have the such and such, so that's when the guy that works there is just like, yo, are you supposed to be at Starbucks? Like, this is a bookstore, bro. Like, the Starbucks is down there. Like, and he's like, oh. And it's like, you know what would have saved you? If you started with, hey, I'm here to pick up a DoorDash order. And they could have just been like, no.
Tis.
Well, and it's tough because, like, I'm sure there are plenty of places where they are not tied into the ordering system, or maybe they just have a menu and they go and like the coffee place, they just order it at the spot. It's weird, and there's like California Carl was mentioning, like there are a lot of scummy practices among these things too, where you know, they will make fake websites for the companies that are on the service and then take a higher commission for these fake websites that they made, and like are routing people through different phone numbers. It is really like ruthless and sleazy.
Well, I mean, some of the things that are listed on actual Postmates are just like, you click it and it has no menu, and it just says, just tell us what you want, we'll figure it out. And then,
oh, weird! I've never seen that.
I've seen it in a couple. There's a couple companies out here that are like somehow listed on these websites, and I'm like, I know for a fact they don't have internet. And they don't they don't, like, they take cash only. They're just like, they're a fucking old company. They don't want that. And then you look at them and they're like, yeah, we'll make it happen. And I'm like, oh, you're gonna fucking run in there and ruin these people's day. And I don't like that at all. That's terrifying. But
yes, not to change subjects, but to change subjects, I just want to know real quick. So Bryce, right?
Yeah,
that's Bryce.
So
yeah, it's him. He's here.
So
shit, it's not Bryce. It's been this long.
Rip.
God, I hate when Curly tries to be funny. So you were trying to, you got into the AFA, right? Because you were trying to do the sports thing, or the AAF.
Yeah, the Alliance for American Football.
And that crashed. But now, right now,
oh God,
the XFL is back.
It is back.
Are you thinking about it? Are you considering?
No, mostly because I don't want to support Vince McMahon. It's pretty cut and dry for me on that one. I really have no.
That's the line.
I don't want to.
Look. So
I'm not even gonna like make a stink about it, because that is as much as watching it, and that is a stink about it.
That is I think that is a fair take to have, is you have to have your shit, and you have to stick to it, right? But as we have mentioned here before,
is it good? Did you watch it?
I haven't, but JVZ and DJM, who I do sports odds and ends with, both checked out the first two games, and they said the entertainment factor is there, the fun factor is there so far, and they love the presentation of it. The fact that, like, something happens and in the midst of the play change, rather than just, you know, two guys in a booth talking about it, they will instantly interview somebody. So they were like, the kicker missed a kick, and they brought him over and they interviewed him about missing the kick right then and there, like right after he misses the kick. Like
what else does he got to do with this time?
Yeah, that's it. That's interesting, right? Like the idea of like trying to make it fill in all of the little gaps. That's interesting for sure.
Yeah. And then rather than having some weird correspondent that belongs to the news station or the TV station trying to explain rules that are happening, they literally had the guy who's making the decision explain why he's making that decision as he's making it on a call that needed to be reviewed. So like it's a very, I think an
The
interesting thing,
AAF also
but
did have the sky. The AAF had the sky judge, and let's not forget where the XFL is running because the AAF started walking. So,
well,
mm.
okay.
I don't
Curly,
know.
is any of this tracking for you?
I mean, so what you're saying in regards to the interest of the spectacle of it is great, but you might as well be explaining League of Legends fucking moves to me, and I'm like, I don't know how that works or who got the sixth dragon
in their rule book for the rest of you that understand football. There is an opportunity for not one but 2 forward passes.
That's okay. That seems stupid. That seems a little stupid, but okay. All right.
Does anybody have the rule book? Can we check the rule book, or is it impossible?
Yeah.
Are there any rules about dogs?
Yeah, you can download
they
the
can
rule
play
book.
We need.
No, you can't airbud.
Damn it, we didn't account for the airbud rule. It's now officially referred to as the airbud rule. I do remember that. I love that. Oh damn, Johnny Tsunami.
Just fucking link the XFL rules. So if you want to ever fucking delve into that, there you go.
I almost clicked it and then I realized I'm not doing it. I'm just not going to do it because that'll be I won't sleep tonight. I'll be done. I'll be like,
you don't fully understand the rules of football to then look at like.
Oh, Panda has a good point he's bringing up. What the fuck is the XFL? What the fuck is that? Is it Extreme Football League?
Yeah, it's a new football league. Yeah, literally. So, I mean, it's fucking Vince McMahon. What do you want? It's not.
I mean, that was years ago. You know what? Let's go here. We're going here. Help me out. Okay. I don't understand. Sure. Here's my thing. I don't know sports. Y'all know sports. How and why can I just not start my own fucking thing and make it crazy?
Do you got $250 million? Because I
don't even think that's enough, right? Because I think that's what it is, right? It's money. Because I remember I watched the Super Bowl and they dragged out the oldest fucking geriatric lady in the world, and they gave her a trophy. And I was like, didn't these boys just win this fucking game? And then this old lady took it and was like, yay, we're the winners. And apparently that was the family that owned the fucking team or some shit. And I was like, oh, here's all the real money behind this fucking game.
Well, sure, because you need a whole owner system and a network of teams and broadcast rights and fucking all the production stuff. Like it's fucking expensive. I mean, it's why the AAF crumbled, because
DKG Football League, we put it on fucking Twitch.
Also, people were stealing money. Let's not. People were stealing money. There was a man stealing money.
I think if we started our own little football league, we could take a fucking 20th of the money.
Yeah. This is like the Shark Tank. This is the thing that people do on Shark Tank, which is like, the birthday cake industry is a $1 billion industry. If we could just take 10% of it. And there's no intrinsic way you're going to take 10% of the birthday cake industry. You're not going to take a 20th of the football industry.
Baskin Robbins has something to fucking say. They're going to cap your knees.
But
big ice cream.
They do cakes.
The other problem with these pseudo non-NFL football leagues is the NFL also has the draw of the talent because of the money that people know that they can get from those things. When you have these in a sense homegrown leagues like the AAF or the XFL 10 years ago or the XFL now or the Canadian Football League or any other,
because there's like 70 soccer leagues out in the world, right? Like, but then there's FIFA. Like,
yes, but the problem with the 70 soccer leagues in the world is they all feed into FIFA.
Right. There's not a middle ground between college.
I feel like we could get good enough peeps to play in our league.
No, and
that was the other thing. Like, the AAF did not get talent, and because low money and exposure to injury is a big deal, right? If you pull someone out of the NFL to do an extra season, that is an extra season where they could get a concussion, they could break a leg, and totally end their career.
Do football players have like handlers that are just like they're there to absorb anything that could possibly fucking hurt the pro player. Like if you want to, like the amount of money that happens for that, like you think like, hey, I know you're trying to stand on that step stool to get the thing off the top shelf of your kitchen, but yeah, we our owners say you're not allowed to do that, so let me get that for you.
They probably should, but they don't, because there have been a myriad of stories that have existed through history of people ending their careers by doing charity basketball tournaments or fucking
pulling their back out, reaching for the alarm clock,
fucking throwing a football at their old high school and shit like that. Like, so that shit happens. But like Bryce was saying is, so 10 years ago, the reason the XFL folded was because they had fucking eighth string people that weren't never going to play in the NFL, but you know, were on a roster in case 5 other dudes got hurt. Those were the dudes they signed. They're terrible, and you don't put them on a field.
Good enough to be entertaining.
No. Honey.
Oh, is this what college football is?
No,
because college football, they're thirstier for it.
Yeah.
Every time I've been at a bar and college football was on, I'm like, oh, cool, football, and then I'm like, oh. Well,
but they will do
3 fumbles.
Stuff in college
there's
football.
4 interceptions. Like, and I'm like, that's me playing football right there.
So one of the things they've been touting is that they have all this, you know, high-powered, high athletic people now or whatever, because you know they snaked some of the good players out of the AAF and have talked a few people of prominence into playing in the XFL this time, but it is still going to be the fight to get talent, right? Because everybody knows what the NFL is, and everybody to a certain degree knows what the XFL is and has seen them failed before. So then getting somebody to go, hey, do you want to come play for the XFL or do you want to go to the NFL?
Well, is there
that no fun league?
Is there the addition of if someone who is maybe not known but has talent goes XFL and then they get recognized and they're starting to make a name for themselves and then they just get picked up by the NFL? And you're like, what?
I
That
wonder.
happened to a couple of arena football players, and then they got to the NFL when they were garbage.
It's terrifying.
Football.
You know a crap ton about football. You kind of came in this thing earlier. In the pre-show, Bryce was like, yeah, I don't know anything about that game, the old pigskin being thrown around.
Well, no, I didn't watch the Super Bowl, so I don't have anything to say about the Super Bowl. I didn't watch it because I still don't have an NFL team. I still have a college football team, but I don't have an NFL team.
Is there an XFL Super Bowl? What's it called?
They have a playoff, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a championship thing.
It's got to have a cool name. That's got to be the thing.
No, I don't know.
The $1 million game.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
No,
right.
man, it'll be a pay-per-view and it'll be rigged. I'm trying to think anything else. The Oscars are happening, but we don't care. That's why we're here. It's I mean, I watched like the first little bit of it. It was boring. fucking self-congratulating claps.
I had my hand on the button. I thought Kaz was transitioning into the news, and he freezes.
I am.
We're still not in topics yet. 4-hour show, everybody. Check your playtime.
Some
Check your playtime. How many hours are left in the podcast?
Is that about?
We're halfway done, and we're
no. We haven't done it. Is this the show? Okay.
Yes. The pre-show's gone. Scared me.
All right, hit the button.
Kaz wanted to talk about doing stuff for the Patreon and stickers and whatnot.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah,
This is how I break him.
We're working on getting stickers and like kind of other things. Like we said, the Patreon right now is a tip jar. It's always going to kind of be a tip jar, but we want to make it a little bit more flashy, a little bit more fun, and kind of give something worthwhile for your dollar other than just the podcast. Like the podcast is a great thing, but it is a thing that will exist whether the Patreon continues or not. So we want to find something that gives the value for the value that you give us.
The real reason I brought this up is that we do this is what I'm kind of coming up with at this point. We have tons of art that gets submitted all the time from very talented people in the community of just fan stuff. and I would love to I want to just churn them out into purchasable, like stickers or whatever, like little things that you can do, decals and whatnot on things. I have not yet found, and I also have not looked heavily for a store that will facilitate the needs that I have. Where I'd like people to be able to autonomously just go and buy a thing like an Amazon merch thing where then it gets shipped to you. I would like to avoid having to stuff envelopes with things and send them to people, but we might end up doing that anyways, especially for the Patreon stuff. Like maybe one of the things I was thinking of is as I start churning out different versions of art into sticker format that we can have just like a monthly grab bag. If you're on a certain tier of the Patreon supporting the podcast, you can get, maybe the next random 3 stickers or something like that in an envelope or something. We have these. These are the ones I've tested with Sticker Mule right now.
Those are pretty. So he's got the Drunk Kids Gaming and the Steven Universe logo, and then a holographic Curly. That's a cute Curly too.
Yeah, this is the Chibi Curly that if you look below the Twitch channel, if you're ever there, you can see the art that Sam did for my Christmas present. He made me and Luna. I've always wanted like little chibi versions of me and Luna as our art down below and everything, and he made those. The reason this one's holographic is Sticker Mule had a sale for holograph stickers, and the reason this one isn't is because they had a sale for non-holographic ones. So I printed them out to try them out. I have 50 of them. They cost me like $20 to get them there, but I want to find a place where I can make that happen, and then what we'll do is we'll be sending out you guys stuff and things. But that's the plan. I wanted to bring that up. Kaz wanted to bring that up. We all wanted to bring that up because it's important and it's very cute and they're adorable. And we have so much other art from some of you guys. And if you guys have any, like, you sat around the house and you decided to draw my dumbass or my cat or Kaz's face, like, send them to me because I would love to. I'll hold on to them and then we'll turn them into something cool. And you can slap them on a laptop or some shit. It'd be great. Let's go to the news.
Do it. Let's do it. News time.
dkgWELP. Let's fill that knowledge hole. With Kaz and Curly's news bag.
All right, so I'm going to make this quick. Welcome to the dkgWELP news bag. This is where we talk about stories from around the internet, where you guys could participate. Go on over, join the Discord. In the Discord, there's a channel called dkgWELP where you can add stories like this one. So 2 gentlemen in New Jersey were out there watching that Super Bowl and got pretty drunk and then got into a fight, not over the game, but over cheese balls, or as so witnesses say when they reported it to the police. 2 men, a 54-year-old man and a 56-year-old man, got into a heated dispute over cheese balls, in which the staff of the bar and other patrons had to separate the 2 men until police showed up to get the 2 men to exit the premises. They say no real blows were thrown, and it is a funny fucking argument to have. But cooler heads prevailed in the end, and they just told the gentleman to not come back for tonight.
So the real story here is we have found your time traveling friends. You and Panda's future. 54 and 58-year-old Kaz and Panda arguing about some cheese balls at a bar. Decided to have a little time travel back to the past.
Now, Kaz, did you find out about this because your Google News alert for balls went off finally, or?
Whoa, this is from the chat. From the
I'm just
viewers.
saying,
How dare you?
Men get into fight is a pretty common news story, but I could see a world where it's got the word balls in it.
Balls
in it.
My entire Google News feed is keto's going to kill you. That's all it is. That's all it is. That and everything bad about AMD or Intel or Microsoft Windows because I talk too much about computers. I talk computers and keto. That's pretty much all I speak out loud near my phone, and I've probably ruined myself.
Are you on the train that like Google is listening and tailoring stuff to the stuff it listens to?
I don't have.
But do you believe that?
I know it. I mean, are you listen? Okay, I don't care, and it's obvious.
I'm holding up his
Google Home,
his Echo. Oh, it's his Google Home.
Yeah, that's got the cool mesh on it. I have been at work holding my phone locked and I don't have the exact example, but it was damning. It was like I had said something about a fucking like random thing in regards to a issue with a thing that I was experiencing, and then I opened my phone and I was like, God damn it. Like there were 3 articles for the thing I just told and I was like, wow. Well, I mean, it's not a conspiracy. It's definitely, and I don't care. It's good because you know what happens is the Google News stuff gives me information that I want, and I'm fine with that.
They give me the good. They give me the good slop. They give me the slop that I know that I'm gonna love.
The trouble is,
give me the good slop.
Some of it I get mad about because I'm like, I'm not someone that's susceptible to being like, oh, here's the 10 reasons why if you do this new diet, you're gonna click to find out the real reasons why this works. Like try to hit you with those articles that like let you that get you to click through into the article. And I'm not a click through kind of guy unless I'm very interested or it's just Polygon. Then I'm fine. But yeah,
I would believe that certain apps are doing it. Like I would believe that the Facebook app is taking advantage of like the camera and microphone access for stories to be tracking stuff. I can believe that apps would be doing it. I have a hard time thinking that on a, like if your phone is asleep, that it is tailoring stuff just based on the stuff that it listens to. That just doesn't seem,
well, I mean,
it doesn't, it just, it seems very tough to believe.
For the argument against a lot of the stuff is, listen, it's not hard to find out if it's doing it. You can read the data that you can Wireshark the fucking data that's going out of your phone. You can see this information. It's not hard to do. You can see if your phone is ever transmitting. I think it does definitely listen stuff that has access to the microphone.
But then we would have even more like door busting evidence of like,
yeah,
here it is very clearly doing this thing. So I don't know. I'm very conflicted about this idea. Kaz, are you afraid of them listening to all your stuff?
Oh fuck no! I love them listening to everything. I want the catered fucking shit, because then I could exactly be like, yo, that thing you heard, I don't actually like that. I was just talking about that, and they're like, cool, all right, you know what I mean? We just thought, hey,
with the amount of quote unquote conspiracy theories that are out there of like, oh my god, your phone is doing this and it's going there. It is not hard to tell. It's literally data. You can see the packets going where and where they're going. You can see that information. It's not crazy.
Because I'd rather have that than the one time for some fuck ass reason I went on a Wikipedia hole because I wanted to know how diapers were made, and then I start looking at what diapers were made of in 1912, and then they start showing me like pregnancy ads and fucking baby ads, and I'm like, no, I don't actually have children or want children or care about that. I went on a Wikipedia rabbit hole dive. Like
I'll make it. I mean, I'll be honest with you.
It goes to different.
A lot of my opinion of it is that it's. Here's what the real shit is. It just knows me so well. Like when I stuff that I Google. I mean,
you're not. No one person is so unique that like having thoughts of, oh, I was thinking about amethyst the other day, and I said amethyst, and now it's showing me sponsored stories for amethyst. Like you probably Googled amethyst. Like there are a lot of ways that they could find this out. Not to mention just basic demographic stuff.
Like getting articles about Microsoft Teams exact issues or very in my opinion unique memory failures on machines that I'm working with compatibility with certain boards and new processors, and I'm like, wow, and I'm like, yeah, well, if that article got written,
have you ever Google searched a technical problem?
Yeah, tons of technical problems. That's the thing, and then, so it knows me, and it knows me, and so the things that come up, but they're so like, it's so specific of like, I'm in front of the machine, I've not had my phone near me, and I'm or not in my hand or doing anything, and I'm like, I would wonder if this thing, man, we got to figure this out, and we try to figure it out, and then I look over at my phone, and my phone's like, new Google's update, and I'm like, huh, that helps, thanks. Like that's actually pretty much what I needed. They're very good. It's surprisingly good. It's cold reading, but algorithm, and they blow my mind, which is the thing.
So stay tuned to this topic on the next episode of Curly Computing, the new podcast by Curly.
We spent so much time in the pre-show talking about computers and shit, and I love it. the first thing in my brain says straight up and down, there is no place for me in a world of computer fucking knowledge podcasts. They're talking that I was like, that shit is saturated. Like, that world has been done. The computer talk world has, that's been done. Everyone
just gotta do it better, baby.
But then again, whenever I do start just rambling about computer shit, people start asking questions. People start like being like, really, like they're like, oh yeah, you should do something like that. And I'm like, oh fuck, it'd be fun.
All right, I got another one. If you don't have one,
I have plenty. My next news story. Get the fuck out of Tennessee. If you're in there, run right now. Get the fuck out of Tennessee.
Get out.
Sorry, it's a call to arms. Everyone, get the fuck out of Tennessee. It's happening. Our worst nightmare. Tennessee has a bill on the board right now. That's going
bill on the board.
The bill is trying to have internet service providers automatically block every porn site on all devices from Tennessee.
Now, okay, so I have a question about this, and maybe you do or do not know, because this story, you can find this story in any local newspaper probably once a month, right? Is this a bill that was introduced, or is this something that like actually has traction? Because there's always there's a new bill in the Virginia Beach in front of the council, and it says that the youth have to keep their pants pulled up. Actually, that's a bad example because they really do that. But like they're always symbolic.
The children?
It's always the children.
Yeah.
The movement is currently called Fight the New Drug because of our children are getting addicted to porn.
Wow.
I thought the kids were getting addicted to the Juul. Isn't the Juul the new vape?
But that's nicotine. It's still just nicotine. It's just old.
Out here, vape is all weed infused, which is getting people fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, actually,
I mean, honey, that's everywhere. Mm-hmm. That's every state, township, everything.
You have to, according to if this bill passes, you got to call your ISP and opt into porn.
Now, okay,
right.
here's
easy, baby.
Here's
Hello,
the thing,
Verizon?
right?
Yeah. No, I don't want to change my bill. Can you turn Pornhub back on? Yeah. And while you're at it,
all of it.
The other ones too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Just
the
all
nasty ones. Yeah. That what is that called? Yeah, turn that one on too. Yeah. Midget what? Oh, you fucking turn it on.
Do you guys know, I don't know how much you followed any of the UK's porn laws. Very real thing actually got passed, almost was implemented. Mm-hmm. Do you know anything about this?
I don't. I know they hate porn.
I just heard that it was a thing.
And that's pretty much what it ended up being. So it was, it came up to a deadline. They said, we're not ready for the deadline. So they pushed the deadline back. And I think coming up to the second deadline, they ended up like indefinitely putting a hold on this UK porn filter where you would have to verify your age, and then it would automatically allow you to access these age-restricted content. And the problem was that there's not an easy way to verify people's age.
Turns out,
because you would either have to like put in a credit card, you would have to submit some form of ID, or you'd have to you'd have to go to a store to buy a card that says the cashier looked at my ID and it says that I'm 18, so I can look at porn. Like not only were there problems like actually verifying people's ages, but there are a number of different companies that do age verification differently. And part of the problem is that the biggest one is owned by the company that owns Pornhub. So suddenly you have this very, very drastic this very drastic integration between the porn company that is creating age-restricted content and the company that is determining who is of age.
Sure, we got this.
There are huge conflicts there. And so it's very difficult to do that. So I don't expect Tennesseans to need to run for the hills just yet. But
what? The checkbox that says "Am I 18" isn't working?
No, unfortunately.
It's not good enough.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
Just like literally, they couldn't fucking figure it out. So they said, "Okay, we can't do it anymore. We're
Ooh.
not going to do it because we can't fucking figure it out. We're going to go do a Brexit now." It was
All
chip
right.
chip here, yeah.
Hold on.
Whoa!
Last thing.
Whoa! Oh!
Last thing, and then I'm fucking out of here on this one, right? Conspiracy theory Kaz time, right? Right? They do this, right? They fucking lock your porn, right? They lock you out, and then they're like, there has to be some kind of age verification. IDs can be faked, you know what I mean? So we can't use that. Like we can't use any kind of birth certificate. So all that shit can be faked. But what you have to do is sign up for 23andMe. Give us your fucking genetic data. We will verify your age, and then you can have the porn. But then they have your fucking data. They have your real data. They have the data that fucking counts.
Is that the data that counts?
I don't-
Kaz.
Right now, yeah.
Your DNA data is a big deal, and don't use any of the DNA sites because they all sell it to the government to big pharma. But I don't think your DNA
Right, that's
would
what I'm
have
saying.
age.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm on your fucking side.
I'm confused. I didn't know this was a problem. I've always
it's a
fantasized about
huge
doing
thing.
that shit.
Oh,
It's a
brother.
huge thing.
Brother.
Come on, ancestry me up.
No, because this is what
Yeah,
happens.
sure,
They take your
23andMe,
data,
all
they
of them.
sell it to insurance sites so that insurance people can know that you are a risk for disease.
Oh,
and
I
they
am
won't
a
cover
big
you.
risk for every disease.
Or if you
Yeah.
have some sort of genetic chain which makes you, say, resilient to a certain type of disease or something, they can sell that data wholesale
Them
to
harvesters are going to come
pharmacies.
knocking on your door and take your good genes.
No, they don't need to. They already have your data. They just sell it to big pharma, and they will just do whatever they need. You can't even own your. It's a very weird thing, and it's very unfortunate because I think there are a lot of people who would probably find some comfort in knowing more about their genetic background, but unfortunately, it's very vulnerable. I think there's a big market for someone to like make a high priced. We promise on Scouts Honor we won't sell you.
Yeah, but Scouts Honor is what they all do, right?
I also love Carl's just take is like, yo, when I get my driver's license renewed, can I just have a checkbox that says I want porn just right next to the like will do you
The
wanna
donor
donate
card,
your
the
organs?
donor dot.
Yeah. Can we use your body for science? Yeah, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm dead. What do I care? Do you want porn? Fuck yeah, bro.
Long story short, this is why I don't go to doctors. They take all my information. Just don't go to doctors, guys, and you're going to be fine. You never know.
Please go to the doctor. Please do go to the doctor. Just don't talk to the insurance.
You feel like you're having a call to action here that you have to tell my viewers that they need to go to the doctor, because I tell them enough times on a daily basis that I'm saved daily by don't going to the doctor. Don't go to the doctor. It's a bad place. You're going to find out you're dying.
All right. Listen to Bryce, don't listen to Curly, but listen to me. I got my last news story. So we kind of talked about it a little bit. We talked about the Super Bowl, and they had a halftime show with Jennifer Lopez and Shakira.
Shakira.
The big thing coming out of that
Hold on,
is-
redo that. Go on. I didn't realize that you had the entire show recorded and you're now playing it through your Skype window. Did you? That was what I saw during the Super Bowl.
I did not see the Super Bowl or the halftime show, but I do know "Hips Don't Lie" because I've been playing Just Dance, and "Hips Don't Lie" is one of the songs.
Oh, I watched the show. They played all of the hits, and those hips do not.
No, not hits, not hits. Hips.
Oh.
Curly heard hits. Curly heard hits. You said hips.
Well, he said the hips don't
Curly's
lie,
an idiot because he doesn't.
The song's called "Hips Don't Lie,"
and that's a hit.
and then I said all the hits.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a joke.
I'm sorry.
Listeners at home.
I'm sorry.
Fill
I'm
out your
sorry.
worksheets. Decide what the joke
Bryce,
was. Send it into
Bryce,
the
I
email address.
understood your part. I'm so used to Curly not being funny that I misunderstood his part. Is what happened here.
And now
I
this is a comedy
apologize.
podcast. Is that right?
And now everyone clip
comedy
this as the
podcast.
point where Curly is vindicated for never messing up a bit.
Honey, we can still go back to the Vegas one. But the story of this is not that the hips don't lie. It is the story of the fact that this Christian activist is suing the NFL, Shakira, and J-Lo for their performance because it endangered his internal soul.
Oh yeah, is there like an EpiPen for that, or?
It's called the Bible.
Get one.
Yeah.
What happened to this poor boy's internal soul?
Kaz,
this
did you say
man-
you did not say how much that this man wanted to sue the NFL for?
Oh, no, please, price.
Oh, I don't have it in front of me, which is why I was teeing you up to say what the number.
$867 trillion.
What's the U.S. debt at? Alexa, what's the U.S. debt at?
22 trillion.
The United States
20.
debt is $18,200,000,000,000. Did
Cool.
that answer your
Yeah,
question?
no, shut up.
That's the data. That's old data. This is a very funny story because talk about a self-own. Holy shit. Like, turn the TV off, dude. Turn the TV off. Turn it off.
Turn it off.
Log off. What do you want? Log off for Jesus. Log off. Ay, caramba.
What did he see? What is?
Shakira with her sexy hips and J-Lo with her
I
sexy
watched
body.
this show. They're both very attractive women. What happened?
Basically,
Eternal
he's
damnation.
mad because
Did he get too hard for Jesus?
well, he claims that like there was no warning that this kind of thing would happen, and he had his 12.
Does he want a boner alert? Is it?
Warning.
Does he want like a drop down fucking neon sign to say boner alert, and a horn to
The
go
following
off?
hits are going to not lie.
You're about to see some of the sexiest fucking shit you've ever. You don't even need the seat.
Also, this is
At all,
I think
none of
this is the biggest thing because this gentleman also has a podcast, which I won't say the name of, but his claim on his podcast was the halftime show threatens to prevent him from getting into the kingdom of heaven. I think we ought to sue. Would that halftime show would that have been rated PG? Were there any warnings that your 12-year-old son whose hormones are just starting to operate, was there any warning that he was going to see what he was going to see might cause him to get sexually excited?
And turn you what into a fucking a Super Saiyan monkey fucking monster? Like, what I mean, kind of.
Okay. No, I'm trying to find information about like because they do ratings, right? You get TV ratings, and
I think my favorite current now that I'm gonna key into is you get that number. I mean, we literally at this point in time, if you've ever watched an anime, we now have a way to glean exactly how much your heavenly soul entrance costs in American dollars. Because if he has been damned from going to heaven, what was the number? 84 trillion or whatever apparently is how much it costs to get into heaven.
See,
there you go. If you had that 84 trillion, he can get back into heaven.
well, and I'm sure that's like multiplied by the fucking viewership of the Super Bowl. But here's the thing. All right, I was raised Catholic, so if there's white religion equivalent of this, I don't know it, but they call it confessional, right? Like you're like,
You do 3 Hail Marys
you're
and
gonna-
yeah.
yeah, you're gonna sin. Hey, guess what? You're gonna sin.
No, you were born sinning.
That's original sin,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So like, if you're like, what are we doing here? Like I'm
He
imagining,
had just gotten into heaven, and Shakira pulled him right back to the devil.
That's it. I'm imagining the best religious movie, which is the Super Bowl, and Shakira's playing, and J-Lo's playing. I almost said OJ, which would have been very bad, but J-Lo is playing, and OJ is watching at home. And
OJ committed a different
guy's-
crime.
he has a very different heavenly crime, and he's
That everybody
and the guy's
watched.
driving home. Beep, 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 I'm so excited. Hey kids, like sexy ladies, you're only 10. Don't pop a boner yet.
Hey
You better
guys,
go to hell.
I finally made it into heaven. I got the word. I'm in. I'm 35. I did it. I'm in.
And on the way home, before they can go to church,
No!
they crash. And St. Peter
It's
says,
Sunday.
"You looked at Shakira's ass."
Oh, the final test of God right before you could get in. Oh, the Super Bowl was on a Sunday. Why would they even put it on a Sunday? That's where the day of the Jesus is. Aren't those boys supposed to not be working? They're supposed to
I
be.
was just enjoying the Latin rhythms. Please, let me in.
My priest had a bowl of hot wings out because he was gonna watch the game. Oh, he tempted me. Damn you, Super Bowl. Got me again. This is the third time I've been just barred from heaven. Oh, now I gotta pay $87 trillion.
Barred from Heaven is a very good name for it. Barred from Heaven, the wrath of Shakira.
J-Lo was there too. She did part of it.
No one cares about J-Lo.
I have a final news story that is two news stories, sort of.
Oh my God! Hurry up!
I don't have to do them. Fuck. I wanted to highlight a story because I was very excited. A lot of the times we cover stories here where people make bad decisions while committing the old crimes. They try to do them crimes and then they make a bad decision. This man is a different story entirely, where he made a good decision and the crime got good. So basically, this gas station in Hamden.
Mm-hmm.
Hamden. That sounds English.
God, they speak on this website like local shit. Anyways, this place hired a new guy, very new hire, to work the gas station. Night shift guy, supposed to be there overnight. The owner of the gas station has cameras set up and everything. He's got little alerts on his little fucking Ring app or whatever the fuck. That's like, boom.
Oh.
Yeah, you stopped me dead on with your noise. What is?
Okay, I normally I don't care about these things, but Parasite won Best Picture.
Well done.
Cool.
That was a great movie.
Nice. Good on you, Bong.
Now it's in the podcast.
Parasite's very good, everybody. Go see
No. I think that is a deserved and fucking well-respected thing that I did not think was going to happen, because as we said, it's fucking white people praising white people for white things.
And it was a very scary sometimes and confusing show, but it was fucking amazing. I loved everybody.
Yeah. So there you go. Fucking
cool.
Make good art that people cannot deny, and they cannot deny you.
So speaking of people doing crimes, I can't top Parasite winning the goddamn Best Picture. Anyways, this guy basically started his job, did a couple days, and then stole $17,000 worth of items from the gas station. He took
items.
Yeah, they list it here.
Like supermarket sweep.
He basically went through with the cart like he was doing the fucking. He just had won that whatever fucking Mark Summers game shit back in the day.
Supermarket sweep.
Yeah. And he had lottery tickets. 89. They enumerated 89 boxes of cigarettes. That's a lot. I mean, you know what cigarettes cost these days, right? You smokers. I think they're up to $45 a carton. I don't know what that's right. I have no idea.
Is that right?
No idea.
Fact check that, please.
I think they're $45 a case. I don't know.
A pack.
A pack. whatever. One Lucy is $3.50.
So this boy gets a new job for a couple days and then tries to make off with all the goods. Now, okay.
He makes
before
off.
we get to the good thing, because like getting hired is a process. They're gonna know who you are. They're gonna find you and hold you accountable.
I'm so glad you're here for these questions, Detective Price. So one of the other things that my man here stole was his employment hire folder.
Yes!
And the owner of the company that hired him doesn't remember his name.
Yes, absolute unit. Oh, incredible! You know, someday.
Carl,
DKG Hero of the Year.
Carl says there's camera footage.
They have camera footage, but they don't know this boy. He's just a
I don't know
guy.
who that is.
It don't matter. And also, that doesn't make the story as fun.
So fucking good.
But yeah, he stole his hire folder. They were like, shit, we're gonna go check. Yeah, who robbed you? Oh yeah, our new hire. And they're like, damn it, he took the folder in our fucking.
And he's only been there a couple of days, so he doesn't have a pay stub. Probably doesn't have his direct deposit.
Yep.
Wow.
All of his personal information. The store owner reportedly could not place the new employee's name.
That's so fucking good. Wow.
That's how you win Florida or wherever the fuck this is, Connecticut or some shit.
Might be Connecticut.
Yeah.
But that sounds like a Florida story.
My other, I just want to throw this in there because this is the opposite direction. This is a Florida story. Florida troopers find they pull over a guy for a traffic violation, and in their back seat after their canine comes up with shit, finds I'm just gonna click the link and show the picture. They found a why won't you scroll? Oh, it's broken.
Edit this out.
Bag full of drugs,
drugs.
actually filled with a bag full of drugs.
Oh my god, that's so good.
I mean,
That's so fucking good. Like bags of crystal and cocaine.
you know when your friend buys you that joke gift that says bag full of drugs, and you're like, you know what? Let's just fucking transport our drugs in this giant bag full of drugs.
That would be a very funny thing if, like, one day Spencer's Gifts said, we're secretly putting GPS chips into these bag full of drugs novelty bags. And we're just keeping...
Because it turns out everyone that buys it is doing drugs.
He has drugs, yeah. Wow.
But yeah, they found. I mean, I don't even know what these are. A shit ton of drugs is what they found. Oh yeah, turned up a bunch of methamphetamine, GHB, cocaine, MDMA, and fentanyl in the quote-unquote labeled bag full of drugs.
And for people at home, it's like a banker bag. It's like a deposit bag size bag, but it says printed on the front, bag full of drugs.
It's like robbing a bank with a money sign fucking bag and be like, put it all in here, and then we try to like get on an airplane, and you're like, well, I feel like you robbed a bank.
You know we're gonna look at these, right?
Yeah, we have to. I mean, legally. I mean, we're not gonna be like
we have a machine that just does looking at things. So
looking into things, as they say. Sweet. But yeah, that's the news of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed.
Hell yeah.
If you want to contribute, please come into the Discord, and there's a room dedicated to giving all those fucking links. Maybe your news story will be featured on there. I do actually want to, speaking of going forward and doing new stuff for the podcast and whatnot, I would like to start, and this will probably be on your end, Kaz. Tell me if this is wrong or not, but like, can we credit people that give you a story?
Yeah.
I would like to have that. Like, I think it'd be like, hey, this comes from California Carl or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be cool.
I also did that once, and you called me a fucking dirtbag. So
clip it,
that's cool.
find it, and supply your evidence. Okay, I need to see the papers on this because I feel like you're making it up.
You might not have said dirtbag, but you're just like,
Bam. All right.
join the
Objection.
Discord.
all right,
We're gonna go into the game section of this goddamn podcast.
Oh yay!
It's game time
Hell yeah!
with Curly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Only on dkgWELP.
This is the beautiful stinger from Big Voice J. I will never get tired of it. I've been using it for years now. Love it. Enjoy it every time. We're now playing a game. Please refrain. Chat. We have 2 guests now. There's an actual competition going on. Please refrain unless they're dying of spoiling the answer. Do what you can. Don't need to do emote only mode or anything like that. We they're not gonna get these. I think.
Wow! Is this a stupid kid? Is this more stupid, dumb
It's the
baby
game
now?
we use when you have guests. Yes, it's Stupid Kid. That's the name of the show. Stupid Kid talks loud.
Idiot moron, baby.
Yeah, so the idea of this game is stolen heavily from my local radio station. They have a dumb baby child with mush mouth, and they ask the child to say names of things that go into a certain theme.
We've been doing this game for long enough that this baby should be able to fucking talk by now.
What's crazy is now the baby's gotten worse, and you're gonna see that here to this day. Baby's getting older, and we keep thinking the bit's gonna end, but it turns out the
We're gonna
baby's
find out
getting
this
worse.
kid has a speech impediment, and Bryce is gonna feel bad.
Never gonna think about it.
So what this are all either people or movies that have been Oscar nominated or Oscar won or Academy Award winning one. No, it's so you have a smorgasbord. I didn't want to do this one, but it's timely, so let's do it.
Okay.
quick.
Go ahead, guys.
No,
Oh, you
I'm
want
just
to do it
saying,
quick?
Yeah. Don't do 30 fucking questions. Fucking top 10. Let's go, bro.
No. There's 20. Where did it go though?
No, we're not doing 20. We're not doing 20 fucking questions. We're not doing
No, let's go all night.
Every
4-hour
every
podcast. Here we
time,
go.
every time we've done 20.
Low. Right now, no.
What's great is that
No.
we're not even getting through number 1, so I think that's a really fun thing that we're doing.
My thing is I'll pull back the curtain here. I have lost the fucking. I think it went. Okay, hold on.
Did you lose your soundboard?
No. We're good.
Cheeto, edit this out.
Cheeto. All right. And here we go. This is the worst. This is the worst. We'll start off with it because it's fun. Try to figure out what this one is. I think it's either a movie or a fucking person.
What?
Kaz.
Go ahead, Kaz. Name is your buzzer, by the way.
Green Mile?
Very close.
No, that was last
Don't
year.
lie to me. Don't lie to me.
It's not this year.
Don't lie.
These are all over the place.
Oh.
I know, right?
Bryce.
You want a
Right.
second clue?
Yeah,
Go
it's
ahead.
Green Book.
It's Green Book. You want kind of the worst version of it?
Did you just say close?
That's the kid.
Next one.
That's the kid.
Bud Weiser.
I'm gonna give you an easy one just so we have it. Yeah, so that definitely is a fucking win for Bryce there.
No Country for Home.
It got cut
Kaz.
off there. Kaz.
No Country for Old Men.
No Country for Home.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, come on. Let's go.
That's great. I'm gonna give you some easy ones just so we get into this.
Keep it count.
Rami Malek.
Bryce.
Bryce.
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek.
Well done.
3.
What was that? No, I'm not going to ask any. No follow-up questions on this, sir.
he's won an Oscar or something.
Probably for fucking Bucktooth Beaver.
Bohemian? Really? Weird. I guess it's
Cherries
nominated,
Estate.
right?
I couldn't stop
Was
it.
taken?
Sorry.
Yeah, no, he won. He won for fucking Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury won.
Cherries Estate.
Whatever you think you're hearing, you're not hearing it. You're not gonna get it.
One more time.
Cherries Estate.
Kaz.
Cherries and Steak.
Close.
The independent film.
No.
A little art house. Cherries and Steak. About a girl in a small town who fucking
Cherry's estate.
Okay.
Hey, I have no clue. I have no fucking clue.
Do you want? Okay, it starts with 12.
Cherries Estate.
Kaz.
It's not what she's saying. Go ahead, Kaz.
12 Angry Men.
Oh,
Close.
Bryce.
Close. Bryce.
12 Years a Slave.
Where did?
Cherries Estate. 12 Years a Slave. Cherries a Stay. 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 Cherries a Stay.
mush mouth baby
She
idiot.
hold
moron.
on. She mixed the A and the S there, brother.
She missed every vowel in entire.
Baby.
Next
idiot.
clue.
Brie Larson.
Kaz.
Kaz.
Brie Larson.
Wow.
She sounds so
Brie
tired.
Larson.
Only because I literally just read Brie Larson's name on a tweet.
Very nice. Very nice job, Kaz. You're winning at this point.
J.K. Simmons.
Kaz.
J.K. Simmons.
Kaz has the list of fucking people open. I did not hear that at all.
J.K. Simmons.
Wow, that's it.
No,
No,
that one's pretty
J.K.
clear.
Simmons.
That one's pretty clear.
What Cougar Smith?
There's no way you're gonna get this.
Kaz.
right?
Kaz.
Michael Kugler Smith?
Oh, close.
Michael Keegan?
It's not a person. It's the name of a movie.
What
Right.
Cougar Smith?
Price.
Go ahead.
Last Christmas.
Oh!
What Cougar Smith?
Damn, it does say on like Last Christmas. It's not that.
Kaz.
Kaz.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
What Cougar Smith?
No. What?
It is a famous movie.
Oh, it's a famous. Oh, guys, it's one of the famous Oscar
Oh, I'm
nominees.
sorry. Oh, right. Now I know what
Michael Douglas produced it.
One more time, can you hear it?
What Cougar Smith?
Guys, good.
What Cougar Smith?
What Cougars want?
What cougars want?
I have no clue. I'm out.
All right, chat. What is it?
I don't think chat has it. There's no way anyone's gonna get this.
Wackett
It's-
says he knows. Wackett says he knows.
Wackett,
in
do
chat
it.
says he knows.
Whack it to it. Oh, I don't.
What Cougar Smith?
What's Christmas?
No, White Christmas. Bryce already guessed White Christmas, and it's not
All
it.
right.
I guess
Alright,
last
okay,
Christmas,
stop.
but no,
It
I
is-
have no fucking.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Stupid idiot baby child. This is a bad game,
That's
and it's
question.
the
That's question 6.
What Cougar Smith?
Oh, I'll give you an easy one then.
We spell a spill.
Oh, this one's easy. People are screaming at their radios right now. People are screaming at their whatever their radios are.
We spell a spill.
I think Bryce has it.
I don't.
We
Yes.
spell a spill.
Eastbound and down.
This is a person. This is a
Oh,
It's a person.
Kaz.
Kaz.
All right, hold on. Let me see who's on Twitter right now.
We spell a spill.
Tika Watiti.
Bryce. Wes Craven. Wes Craven. No.
We spell a spill.
Someone has this. Someone is so dead on. You can hear it. I can hear it.
Kaz.
Kaz.
Billie Eilish.
We spell a spill.
I'm just going through Twitter right now. Kaz. Bong Joon-ho. Kaz.
Bryce.
Bryce.
Wesley Snipes.
Close. It's
What's close?
it's Reese Witherspoon.
That is not close to Wesley Snipes, my dude.
We spell a spill.
No, this is this is a.
Oh.
All right, that's question 8.
Shimmer's West.
Oh, Bryce.
Bryce.
Schindler's List.
Shimmer's West.
Boom.
Terror
This one's easy. Dead on. Says it like a champion.
Terror
Oh.
You know it. You know it. You can hear it.
Cherish.
Terror
What is Waterworld?
Is it a movie or
It's
an
a
actress?
person.
It's a person.
Cheers,
It's a lady person.
Cherish, Terrace, Ferris, Cher,
Oh.
Claire, Care. Who? All right. What's a
Tina
famous woman on
Fey.
Twitter?
cheers,
Cherish.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Kaz. Laura
Close.
Dern.
Close.
What?
Tilda Swinton.
cheers,
Uh,
All right.
the
you get-
point of the
you get
game.
one-
The thing about the game is that you can't understand the kid because the kid can't fucking speak.
Yeah, the kid's broken. That's the point, and it's funny because of it. You guys got this one.
first grade,
She struggles on that last bit.
first grade,
Kaz.
Go ahead, Kaz.
8th grade.
It's a person.
first grade,
Adam Driver.
Oh, Bryce.
Bryce.
Taika Waititi. No. I was very confident in that one too.
Forrest Whitaker.
All right.
Boo this kid.
We're done.
Look at her hit that K hard.
first grade,
Oh God. Hate it.
Johnny's
That- We're not doing 20. No, we're not doing it.
I prepared these. They take time. Let me live my
We're not
life.
doing 20.
Let me
No,
live my
it's
best
so-
life.
This podcast is so long at this point.
It has only
I
been
got
2
shit to
hours.
do. Yes,
No, it
and
has
that's
not.
it.
Well, it's been an hour and 11 minutes for recording time.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine. Can you get this one?
Johnny's
Johnny Tsunami,
Close.
the greatest
Johnny's
movie ever.
We need to watch Johnny
Uh,
Tsunami together,
It's
guys.
It's not Johnny Depp.
It is a lady.
Johnny's
It's Chinese breast.
Charlize Theron.
Oh.
Johnny's
All right,
That's
come on,
not.
light,
That's nothing.
Alright.
That's
I'm gonna give you
nothing.
a-
Maybe it's saying nothing.
lightning round. One guess each.
Yeah.
Lightning
Casey
round.
Howard.
Let's go. I'm sorry. What?
Casey Howard.
Ethiopia?
Casey Howard.
Casey
All right, I heard Casey.
Name is your buzzer.
Bryce. Casey Affleck.
Got the Casey. That's all I had, bro. All right.
I'll give you your final one. Your final one. And you're not gonna get it.
Shut up. Fuck.
Peter Nangu.
Oh,
Right.
Kaz.
I heard Bryce first.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Peter Nangu.
That is her best pronunciation of.
We're not gonna get this.
Bryce, 30 years.
No. Check the tapes.
Just like the Oscars. Of course, you give it to a white person.
All right. One more.
Technically, I'm Mexican. I'm stealing your
Princess
jobs.
Tulip.
What more?
Princess Tulip.
I refuse to participate in these racist race
Francis-
games.
Princess Tulip.
Far side of the Potomac.
Puck's got it. Whenever you got it, Puck. I'll give it to Puck.
Yeah.
Puck wins the game. Puck
can
wins
win.
the game. Francis Adore. Francis McDermott. Yeah.
Francis
Just
McDermott.
like,
He
the
says.
Oscars. Just like the Oscars crew gang.
Just like the
Too
Oscars.
long and disappointing at the end. Hey yo!
That was my game, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you, Carly, for making the game.
Stealing the game and taking all the time to use Audacity to steal it from a fucking website. I won't lie
Shut
about
up! That's how we make games.
This is virtually the end of the show. Bryce, one more time, give us your newsletter project that you're working on because I am excited for this.
it. I signed up.
Yeah, I'm gonna Yeah, I'm gonna do a new newsletter about video games, about impressions and maybe little reviews, as well as occasional news stories. And I also kind of want to talk about like upcoming stories and kind of get a community element of like, here's some games coming up. What do you guys think about those? What excites you? Do you see issues with? And if you want to sign up for it, go to neshcom.com. That's neshcom.com. Click where it says Games Newsletter. It just asks for your email address. I don't even want your name. Don't even give me your name. And sign up. It'll probably be like once or twice a week, and it'll just be like super casual. And I don't know. I'm excited about the interesting ways that we can do this. That is not like oh great, he's populating my MailChimp with fake email addresses, and I love it. I'm excited to see what I can do with the video games thing that is not a podcast or a live stream. So neshcom.com, click Games Newsletter.
I love going to, honestly, Bryce has been part of our live stream every time we've done either a covering of the Game Awards or E3 or any of this stuff. And he's always been one of my favorite people that decides to show up on his own whim and on his own accord without anything ever. Like, he's just like, hey, you guys doing the thing? I'm fucking down. And I'm like, please. It excites me every time he shows up because his opinion is great to listen to. And I would love to. I cannot wait for you to make this whole thing go. So
thank you very much.
And speaking of, if you enjoy these Farcical extra long episodes where I just get mad because we're so over time. Me and Bryce have talked about Bryce coming onto the show a bit more often. Right now, it'll probably be about a monthly Bryce visit, just like a period. You know what I mean? Bryce will just fucking show up.
I'd like to not be the period of the show, but
can I get a pad to get rid of Bryce? Is that a thing I have to do? Can I get?
I'm sorry, I can't go into work on monthly Bryce. So I would love to be on the PG.
Almost spit out a fucking drink is just good.
Do I have a hot flash eventually, and I stop seeing Bryce every now and then.
It was funny. We were doing I was doing a stream right before this, and I was mentioning that I was going to be on DKG, and someone asked me like, "Oh yeah, have you ever done the Whelp podcast before?" And I had to very, very kindly tell the person that yes.
The response is, "Have you ever listened to the Whelp podcast before?"
But it just means that I need to be on more. So I would love to be on even more and enjoy all these shenanigans.
Much like an audiobook, just listen to it in parts. Listen to it on the first part of your drive. Listen to it when you're on a treadmill. You know what I mean? Just bits at a time. This
podcast? You know what I mean? You should encourage people to listen to all of this podcast.
The whole thing. Stop. No, all the way. Don't end it anywhere near.
Don't do it in one sitting.
There's no ads. Just go. You got it.
Yeah, you're good.
But no, thank you, Bryce, for joining us once again, and we look forward to having you on more often. If you like what you hear, go on over to dkgTV.com, where you can just follow all the things that we're talking about, doing and doing and hiding, and check out the Patreon. Definitely check out the Patreon. Because like we said, me and Curly are working on it, making it grow, making it flow, doing all the good things.
Oh, that was the end. That was the end of that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was the end.
Ladies and gentlemen,